Hello and welcome to Grim Survival. I hope I remembered to mute my computer. Okay, I did, yeah. It is Survival Sunday. I've been trying to do these Survival Sundays. I tried it about a year ago, but, YouTube did not like me doing lives. So, yeah, here we are again, though, Survival Sunday. I really created this channel to showcase more survival skills that I have, and because I have a lot of survival skills, I really do. But I ended up doing a lot more prepping things than survival things as of late, and a lot more news and things like that, just because I feel the need to share what I know and share what I see. So, yeah, Survival Sunday. Why do I do so much prepping? Because we prep to survive. I think that should be my new slogan, right? Should be, but we never know. So, 14 people were waiting for me in the chat. Vicky Savage in the house. Josh Connor, glad you're here. Got the Troll Patrol in the house. I seen Disabled in Prepping. Definitely go check out Disabled in Prepping if you haven't done so. North Shore Preparedness. Look at that. I made him a mod. He's in the house. Glad you're here. Hoot Owl. Hoot Owl is in the house. Yep, we definitely got Troll Patrol here tonight. No, I was so proud to have that troll, that live stream I did a week ago. I was so proud to have that first troll. I haven't had a proper troll since I started my channel, and you're not doing well enough if you don't have a proper troll. So, yeah. You are welcome, North Shore Preparedness. You are definitely welcome. I definitely appreciate you being a mod and always showing up to my lives. And, yeah, I try my best to show up to your lives, but you do them so late my time that I have a hard time showing up to a lot of them. So, yeah, they're really late for me. By the time I see you going live, I'm usually about to go to bed, if not already sleeping. So, yeah. No, I don't know anything about whatever that word is, batteries. Never heard of that. Sean M is in the house. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Are you having an adult beverage tonight? Because I was, but I'm not going to do it on camera. Just one, though. I've been feeling a little anxious about starting my job tomorrow, so I needed something to calm me down. It's always hard being the new guy on the block when you're starting a job, things like that. So, yeah, I'm just feeling rather anxious about it, so I hope it goes well for me. I really do. I moved the camera farther back this time, so I hope I remember that I put it on this side. So, yeah, I hope, everybody can see me. TJ Preps is in the house. If you haven't checked out TJ Preps, you really should. Thank you. I'm not sure if I really need luck, because I think I already got the jobs. The luck was getting the job. It really was. Oh, Carter's. A troll is basically somebody who comes into your chat or on your channel just to talk smack. Just to, you see in comedy clubs a lot where people are bantering, or not bantering. What's that word they use? I can't remember the words when they're talking really bad to the guy up on stage is what really it is. So that's basically a troll. And there's a lot of sayings. Yeah, hecklers, that's it. When people are heckling the comedian, that's basically what a troll is. They just do it online. And then there's a lot of jokes about trolls, and everybody always says don't feed the troll, meaning don't give them more ammunition, I guess. Don't feed the troll. But personally, my personal experience, I love feeding trolls because it's fun. I love the banter back and forth. I like hecklers. If anybody ever seen a comedian, I forget his name. I forget his name. He's a little redhead guy. He's bald now. Man, he will go off on hecklers. It's funny. So yeah, I want to show you guys this and talk a little bit about my area of expertise. This right here is my wires all wrapped around each other. This is my CB radio. Man, these wires are wrapped. I had to dig it out because I'm going to need it. Dump trucks require these things. So this is my CB radio right here. Obviously, it's not hooked up because it's not plugged in a car. This is a Cobra. It has the digital screen and all the dials and knobs there that I actually know what they all do, so that's good for me. This is not the mic that came with it. This one has its own volume control, and it actually has a battery in it that I hope's not dead. I guess I'll find out the hard way. So CB radios are awesome to have. It's awesome to have. So along that lines, I want to talk a little bit about the truck driver strike. I was just over at Alaska Prepper. There's a lot of people saying that the truck driver. I'm going to learn to speak one day. There's a lot of people saying that the truck driver strike has been canceled. Their Facebook page has been deleted. I'm going to tell you right now, Facebook deleted that page. They did not do it voluntarily. I was in a pilot truck stop just today, and there's a lot of talk about the truck driver strikes. Now, from what I've read, it's not just the truck drivers. See, a lot of people are saying it's just the owner-operators that's doing it. But from what I read, there's a lot of companies, actual major trucking companies, planning to contribute to this strike in support of Donald Trump. So, yeah, 10-4, good buddy. Yeah, you gotta do it like this. You gotta go breaker 19. This big grim right here. Yeah, you got to get the accent too, because it just don't sound right if you don't talk country on the radio. You got to do it. So, yeah, Smokey and the Bandit was a good one. I haven't seen it in years, but I have seen it. I really like that car. I really do. Yeah, I have seen a lot of information saying that actual trucking companies are planning on shutting down for the strike. I believe it's still scheduled for November 29th. Right after Black Friday. So that is going to put a hurt on a lot of stores, especially department stores and retail stores such as Walmart. If they stop delivering to Walmart after Black Friday, they're going to have short inventory. Yeah, so yeah, 26th through the 29th. Yeah, I heard it was going to start on the 29th. I didn't hear anything about the 26th. As far as I knew, it was only planned for one day, but it would make more sense if they shut down just before Black Friday and continued it just after, because a lot of stores will not be getting their supplies. Now, the biggest concern about a truck driver strike is obviously grocery stores, because grocery stores sell a lot more food during the Thanksgiving holiday than they do any other time of the year. They sell a lot more because people buy more for the big feasts that they have. And if the truck drivers are not delivering to the stores, these stores only now have a one-day supply on hand. If you go into any back room or warehouse or inside of a grocery store, they always have a back room, which is basically a small warehouse where they keep the extra stuff. Most of those they're fairly empty. Most of them are. Not all, obviously, but most of them, especially when you go into major cities. If you go into places like where I'm in, my area would be Indianapolis is the closest major city. Yeah, their stores do not have much inventory at all. So yeah, it's going to be a thing. I just got a message here. I got to read it because it's from the guy that's doing my job. Okay, so it looks like tomorrow I've just got put off for rain for starting my job tomorrow. I'm still going and doing my road test, but now I've just been told just right now, I got the text saying I'm not starting because of rain delay. They canceled a couple jobs, so it looks like I'm going to be starting later in the week. Truck driving jobs. Dump trucks. That's just, yeah, that's disappointing. It really is. I was looking forward to starting tomorrow. Need the money. I really do. I got late bills, lots of them. So, that's disappointing. Very disappointing. And they had to give me the news right now during my live stream too. So, anyway, as I was talking truck driver shortages or truck driver strikes, yeah, it is very normal. It's been raining for the last 2 days really hard, and I was kind of wondering if I was going to get shut down for it as it was, and yeah, there it went. I kind of expected it to happen because when you're the new guy in a dump trucking company, you're usually the first one who gets told you don't get to work today because of the weather. So, yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. It really is, definitely. But, you know, it is what it is, as the saying goes. Yep, construction work is the same. I have worked plenty of construction jobs. I used to remodel houses actually, so I know very well about those jobs. Okay, CBs for a Ford or any personal vehicle. This one, I recommend Cobra. See, CBs plug in like here. I'll try to get the plug here. It's all, yeah, we'll just do it this way. Where is it? See, this is positive and negative. This is how you plug in a CB. So most semi-trucks or dump trucks have ports for this, but you can get an adapter and wire this directly into your lighter plug or your 12-volt plug in any personal vehicle. So right here, positive and negative. You just got to look up, I forget what they call them, a power adapter for a CB, and you can plug it into any vehicle. Now, CB radios like that one is about $100. You can get them a lot cheaper, but you're also going to need a good antenna with it. And I don't have my antenna in here. It's out in the vehicle, but it's like a 6, 7-footer, 8-footer. I don't remember. It's a pretty good antenna. It picks up good. You don't need the best antenna to pick up CB chatter. You need a better antenna to broadcast, because most truck drivers have really good antennas, and you're going to be able to hear them for miles and miles, and they're not going to be able to hear you. So if you're just using a CB for getting information, which is what I definitely recommend you get one for, but they also make handheld CBs, lots of handheld CBs. I actually have one in one of my vehicles shoved under a seat somewhere. So handheld CBs work the same way. You're not going to be able to broadcast very far with them, but you'll be able to hear. So if you want news about truck driver strikes, turn on your CB. Channel 19 is where most trucks, semi-trucks, run off of channel 19. That's why they say breaker 19, because 19 is the channel they're on, 19. Dump trucks are different. They all have their own different channels they use. So yeah, whenever I'm driving on the road in my dump truck, even, I flip it over to channel 19 just so I can listen to. I got to give you a disclaimer here. If you are going to put a CB in your vehicle and listen to channel 19, you're going to hear a lot of vulgar stuff. Very vulgar stuff. So there's going to be a lot of cussing. There's going to be a lot of inappropriate talk. So if you have children in your vehicle, recommend not turning on your CB. So yeah. Disabled and prepping, I recommend you get that CB out of the garage. My parents used to have several of these they had old Cobras. Now this one's one of the newer ones. It's got the digital display and all that thing. You can change the colors of it and stuff like that. It's kind of odd, but I went with it just because I like technology. I'm good with it. I have more screens around me than you would believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5. Yeah, I got 5 screens, counting the phone that I'm actually recording with right here, or talking on. So yeah, I got 5 screens. 2 of them are hooked to my computer. One of them's hooked to some security cameras. I got a tablet over there, a phone there. I think I'm missing a screen, actually. I usually have another one here. I don't even remember what it was for. Oops. So yeah. Yeah, you can get, North Shore Preparedness said, you can get adapters to plug these into power outlets in your home too. So it's very good to have. And if you are going to plug it into your home, I highly recommend you get a really long CB antenna wire and mount the CB to your roof. And speaking of that, if you're hearing a lot of background noise, it has been extremely windy here today, and there's still loose tin out there, and that's what you're hearing if you can hear that. I bet you can, because that microphone is very sensitive. Microphone's like way over there, so yeah, I'm way back far away from the microphone, so I'm not making you deaf, because it is like the best microphone I have ever had, and it was like a $30 thing. It's that big. It's awesome. I gotta recommend it to Alaska Prepper. Yeah, you might need one. Yeah, it's been very windy all day. I think 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and that was like 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds most of the day. It's been raining for 2 days, so it's, yeah, oh well. But tomorrow, I guess I will be going and doing the drive test for the trucking company, just driving around wherever they want me to. I'll hang out a little bit and get to know a couple of the guys if they're there, and, you know, I'll definitely be wearing the hat. Hey, I like my new flannel shirt. I picked these up at Costco. I got a 2-pack of them for like $20, and I really like this flannel shirt. So I wasn't sure about the color because I like darker colors, but yeah, my wife said I should get this one, so here I am. North Shore Preparedness, I adapted the power cord into a 12-volt male-in, bought a 120 AC to 12-volt adapter to plug it into. No dice, got to check my connections. That's interesting. I know they actually sell adapters for the positive and negative that you can plug it into just a wall outlet. I forget what it's called. I'll try to look it up for you here. The mic I have is called a Samson Go mic. It's a SAMSON. I got it off of Amazon for like $30, and it plugs into my phone, but it only plugs into my phone because I bought a different wire so it could plug into my phone. Before I had the wire, I don't know if I have it sitting here still. This might be loud because there's Cliff Bar sitting next to the microphone. Yeah, I don't have it sitting here anymore, but I have an adapter that plugs regular USB into the USB that's on my Note 10. I think it's called USB-C. So you can plug regular USB wires into that, and that's how I had the microphone plugged in originally. So yeah, it worked. Inverters, I'm not really sure if it's an inverter that you need. I think it's more of an adapter you need, because an inverter basically is converting the power from a 12 volt to a regular AC outlet. So basically you plug an inverter into a car battery, and then you can plug regular plugs into it. So I'm pretty sure it's not an inverter. Hey, Christina's in the house. If you haven't checked out Christina, go check out her channel. Awesome channel. For those of us who follow these particular books, awesome channel for that. Most certainly go check out Christina. Feel free to post your links, guys. All of you, if you have your channels and you're a moderator, I would not mind at all if you post your links in the chat here. Advertise for yourselves. Please do. Please share the video too if you're not. We got 54 people in the chat. I think the top I've ever had in the chat was just under 100, and that was when Prepper Nation, John over Prepper Nation, was advertising for me the day I went live. And speaking of Prepper Nation, I have convinced him to do a live with me right here on my channel. So I'm going to try to set that up sometime after my live with Alaska Prepper. That live with Alaska Prepper right here on Grim Survival is Tuesday the 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central. And I believe it's 4 p.m. if you're in Alaska, because that's where he's at. So yeah. But CBs, I highly, highly recommend a CB. If you don't, I mean, there are scanners. I have a unit in, I think it's called scanner. It's in my bug out bag, which is actually in my vehicle right now. And it can pick up CB radio also. So if you just want to listen, I highly recommend that. I found that on Amazon for like $60. I'll do a review on it if anybody cares to see me review a product again. Speaking of which, I left this on my desk. I left this on my desk because a few people asked me to just keep it out to make sure the seal's going to hold. So look, the seal, I don't know how many days ago this was. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I've done this, and look at that. That thing is still perfectly sealed. That's coffee in there. Coffee beans, by the way, not, I considered grinding all the coffee and then putting it in there because it might have been better, but these are coffee beans for sure. My handle's Grim. Anytime I've been in the dump truck, they just call me Grim. They used to call me Reaper, but I don't really like that one. I do not celebrate death because according to my book, death was defeated. So, yeah. But, yeah, I've always been Grim. I really have. If anybody who's in my private Facebook group can see my last name and know why I'm Grim. Yeah. There's actually a larger story behind the name Grim that I got. So, yeah. Oh, I got to read some chat. Cobra, I'm not sure what model this is. Let me see if I can look. There's several different models of Cobra. This one was manufactured May 17th. Yeah, that's cool. There's a serial number. Model number is 29LX on this particular Cobra. And this is the one with the digital display. They have the classic version of the Cobra. It doesn't have digital display. It looks like one of the old time. It's just got the regular old knobs on there. And it has the dial where the screen is on it. It has a dial to show you what thing was. Yeah, it's not. They used to try to make it that with that Reaper crap. I didn't. No, not me. But my gamer name was Grim Reaper when I played a lot of video games. So that's kind of where the story comes from of how I originally started being called Grim. But it also has a lot to do with my last name. So yeah. So I had a question for Christina. You might be able to answer this. I had a question for Torah observant people. Do people that observe Torah besides Jewish people celebrate Hanukkah in opposed to celebrating Christmas? Because I know a lot of controversy around the Christmas holiday being a pagan holiday out of Rome. I think it was a Roman pagan holiday. It might have been a Greek pagan holiday. One of the two. It was either Rome or Greece. And there's a lot of controversy around it because it says in the book, do not cut down a tree, drag it in your house, and decorate it with silver and gold. It says that. It literally says that. So, yeah, to keep that in mind. Anybody who's Torah observant or anyone who believes and has good faith, yeah. Yes, it's celebrating of the sun god. See, that's what the Christmas holiday was. There's actually a lot of historical proof that Yeshua or Jesus was born in October. So... but nobody's going to actually know that for sure. I don't know how they could possibly prove that, but we're pretty sure it's not December 25th just because of where he was at and the type of, what was he, in a manger, right? And it would have been extraordinarily cold in a manger in December, even in that area, right? I believe so anyway. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be. I don't want to be. Well, I do want to be, but I would never claim so. Well, the Truth Warrior, I am happy that I helped in whatever way I did. Okay, my 4K watch hours, Disabled and Prepping asks. I will click it here on my other screen. Give me just a second, because it went down today. So I was at like 3,980 something yesterday. Right now it says I'm at 3,968 public watch hours. I need 4,000 to be monetized. So we are really close, actually. If I run 54 people in this for an hour, I'll probably get there. Unless they drop the hours again tomorrow. I'm kind of thinking it might not be YouTube dropping my hours purposely. These hours are accumulated over the course of a year, and a lot of my higher watched videos were from about a year ago, so I think that might have something to do with it. So I'm not going to actually call out YouTube and blame them outright for this, although I wouldn't put it past them to be, lowering hours and things. So I'm getting really close, really close. I'm doing Thanksgiving also. I've always done Thanksgiving. I don't agree with what the holiday is, just because of the Native Americans that were basically decimated. And we give thanks. Have that turkey. And there's a lot of proof that says that they didn't even have turkey that day. So whichever day that celebration was, where the natives saved all the settlers. So, yeah. Well, I appreciate that, Domestic Gangster. If you haven't checked out Domestic Gangster, I subscribed the other day. I watched a couple of her videos. Good content over there. You guys should definitely check her out. I appreciate you watching. My walking videos, I haven't been able to do one in a while because the weather's just been, I don't mind the cold, but it's been so windy and raining and it's been nasty. And yeah, I picked up a turkey. I had a 14-pound butterball turkey I found at Costco. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was less than $1 a pound. So yeah, you should, if you got your turkey, that's good. I don't know exactly what all we're having, because the traditional meal is baked beans that my mother has a recipe. They were always sweet baked beans, and my wife has the recipe and cooks them better than my mother ever did. But the beans we used to use were Vandy Camp pork and beans, and I'm not going to do the pork, so we're going to have to find a different method of creating my favorite dish, because it is my favorite dish, is the baked beans. Yeah, North Shore preparedness. There's a lot of turkey shortages. I actually did my food shortage 2020 video, talked about it. The turkey companies are trying to convince everybody just to buy turkey breast or ground turkey or things like that, and not to buy the whole turkeys. But when I was in Costco, they had to have had a couple of hundred of turkeys in there, and that's been about a week ago. It's been in my deep freezer since I got it. So yeah, I got to find some beans without pork. See, we used to the canned beans because they cook a lot sooner, but they're actually Great White Northern beans is what they use. So we'd have to get some, soak them, and do the whole thing. Vegetarian beans, I have found some Bush's baked beans that are the vegetarian recipe, and they don't have any pork or any meat obviously in them. So I have a couple of cans of those. I haven't tried them yet, but I've been very curious to. So maybe I'll get out to the woods one of these days soon and do a camping video and try out my vegetarian beans. So I have got a couple of emails recently about states going on lockdown. I used to eat pork, Sean. I stopped eating pork when I started following Torah and the biblical diet, which is in, I have notes. Where did I put them? That's probably loud. I always forget exactly what the names are. I'm so bad at remembering names. So dietary laws are in Leviticus chapter 11. And I started following Torah actually recently, because I've kind of gone back and forth with it because of all the things I learned in church, and you got to unlearn everything you learned in church to go that route. So yeah, clean food, kosher food. There's a lot of controversy about what you can and can't eat. Like I had some comments in one of my videos saying, well, Jesus ate fish. Well, yeah, fish is kosher. Fish is good to eat. He said you could eat fish as long as it has scales and fins. So that gets rid of all your crabs and lobsters. And I tell you, I'm going to miss my lobster tail. I really am. I like lobster, but I don't need it. And there's a lot of evidence about the biblical diet, and people who don't eat the biblical diet getting a lot of sickness, and catfish is no good. Yeah, it is similar to the Jewish people, Sean. And that comment for some reason was okay. Somebody else approved it for me. Thank you, whoever did that. You're awesome. But yeah, that is very similar to the Jewish. I think it is exactly the same as the Jewish diet. Actually, nope, no rabbit, no squirrel. Anything with paws is not good. Yeah, so basically, beef is good, cows are good, and buffalo, bison. I always confuse it. It's bison. Bison meat is good. Deer are just fine. Lamb, goat. I mean, there's a long list. Lamb is good. I had a gyro. It's called a gyro if you're Greek, but we call it gyro here in the United States. And I don't know if you know what that is, but that's a lamb meat on like a pita bread with some feta cheese and yeah. Yeah, it's also got some vegetables with it, some onions and stuff like that. Chicago, it's really popular out of Chicago. I'm close enough to Chicago that we get a lot of Chicago-style food here. I had a Chicago deep dish pizza not too long ago. It was pretty good. And yeah, I really like the gyro or the gyro, however you pronounce it in Greek. So yeah, they are really good. But yeah, I do love, I actually like sushi. I like crab sushi that I won't eat anymore. But they have sushi now that's a white fish. So I got to look up white fish to make sure it has scales and fins so it's good for me. Because as long as it has scales and fins, it's good to go. But yeah, a lot of people will tell you that, oh, I can't live without my bacon. But Bear Independent has a video. And I haven't been able to find any. He has a video of beef bacon, and I've heard a lot about beef bacon. I hear it's so much better than pork bacon. It tastes so much better. So, yeah, I need to find me some beef bacon. I really do. Tuna is good to eat. Tuna has scales and fins, if I remember correctly. I think I looked that up when I was stockpiling tuna cans, or when I found my stockpile of tuna cans. I've never really cared for canned tuna, though. I don't really like it, but freshly cooked tuna I do like. I have a pen. I have notes here. I was going to talk about some stuff here, and now I've lost them, and I have no clue where I put them in this book. Maybe they're on that page. Oh, they're there. So yeah, I had a prepping suggestion, and this is one thing I've never heard any prepping channel talk about, and I don't have it with me. I don't, but I have a prepping suggestion for anybody, and this is going to be for every single person. And the Mexican gangster is allergic to shellfish. Yeah, I'm not allergic to anything. But anyway, my prepping suggestion, yeah, hush puppies are good. You guys are distracting me with food. I'm going to get hungry here. But anyway, my prepping suggestion is musical instruments. If you don't know how to play a musical instrument, learn. Pick the easiest one. The easiest one for me to learn was piano. I can actually play Silent Night and things like that on the piano. I can play the Imperial March from Star Wars like you wouldn't believe, and I'm not doing it for you because I don't have a keyboard here. We do have a keyboard, but setting it up and trying to play music on it while recording would be impossible in this particular spot that I'm sitting. So that would be hard. But I also have an old guitar, an acoustic that I've been picking at. I've been trying to learn, but it kind of is a piece of junk because it's like one of those plastic ones you get from Walmart to learn with. So I used to play guitar really well. I used to have an electric guitar when I was a kid. I could play Stairway to Heaven as everyone can, but I could also play a lot more than that too. So I definitely am looking. I would love to have an acoustic guitar. My grandfather on my mother's side has an old Gibson that's got a value of like $30,000 that my oldest brother has and will not come off of, so I'll never see that again probably. So yeah, guitars are definitely the way to go in my opinion because you can do so much with it. But also ukulele. Ukulele is a really good one because if you know 3 chords on a ukulele, you can play anything. Any song there ever was wrote with the ukulele, so ukulele would be a really good one. But harmonicas, even anything that doesn't require power, acoustic guitars, things like that, old pianos that don't require power. I mean, you can get battery-powered keyboards and things like that. So, you got a kazoo? Well, if you are good playing your kazoo, trusting God first says she got it, or she got a kazoo. So, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So, musical instruments, I definitely recommend. Colorado Prepper Pack Rat in the house. See, I'm nowhere near Nebraska to get beef bacon from there. I was thinking about checking a few of the local butchers to see if they have any. But yeah, musical instruments, board games, cards, things like that were also good. Just, entertainment. But music, for me, I can't live without music. I cannot. And if you ask me what kind of music I listen to, I'll tell you absolutely everything. I'm not that big of a fan of opera, but I have listened to it. But I will listen to absolutely anything one time at least. I've even listened to a lot of the newer music, but just because of my kids and things, but not a big fan of most of the newer stuff. There's occasionally a few new songs that I really like, but they're they're far and few between. Let's just put it that way. But types of music, I mean, rock, alternative. I've listened to plenty of rap music, and I'm going to suggest you guys a song. If you don't like rap music, don't listen to the song. Look up the lyrics, and the song is by a long gone artist named Tupac, and the song is called "Changes." I have it as a ringtone on my phone. And Changes by Tupac. If you don't like rap, don't listen to it, but read the lyrics. It's not vulgar. It's not. But you should definitely hear that. I mean, this song was from back in 1994, and he talks about some of the hard times that he had to go through and some of the things that he had to see, and the song will, it's just, I highly recommend it. Beastie Boys, I've never really been that big on the Beastie Boys. They kind of annoy me, to be honest with you. But I will listen. I've listened to plenty of rap. I'll listen to Frank Sinatra Sr. I mean, I like some good old band music. I really do. Everything. I listen to country, obviously. Obviously. I don't really like newer country. It sounds more like pop music to me. But yeah, Thug Life, yeah. Tupac was into that thug life thing. That's why he was killed, I believe. And yeah, definitely find a musical instrument. Learn to play. I mean, you don't have to do something elaborate. Like I said, a ukulele would be really good to learn just a few chords, because music is good for everybody. I mean, if you find somebody who doesn't like music, you're gonna have to check them into a hospital because there's something wrong with them, in my personal opinion. I wouldn't recommend. I mean, I have a hard drive. I used to have a hard drive full of music, like close to 200,000 songs. I no longer have it. I basically go with Amazon Music and YouTube and things like that for music nowadays. I do have some songs stored, but yeah, welcome back, Josh. Glad you're here. I do need to call you, Josh. I'm going to do that right after this live stream here. Probably about 30 minutes. I'm not going to, well, I guess I don't have to work tomorrow now that I got that message on my phone that I should probably apply to or reply to, but I can't do that while I'm talking because my phone is where the camera is, what the camera's on. So yeah. Elephants and cows like music. North Shore Preparedness, if you play really good music for your plants, they'll grow better. You'll get bigger fruit out of your tomatoes. You'll get better potatoes. It's a proven scientific fact. If you talk nice to your plants and you play good music for them, they grow better. So plants can hear you, I guess. I don't know. There's something about that ears of corn thing. Have you ever heard the joke? Why don't you tell jokes in a cornfield or something like that? Or why don't you tell secrets in a cornfield? That's what it is. Too many ears. It's the dumbest joke, but there is truth to it. Too many ears. You get it? You guys get it? I hope you get it, because yeah, I live cornfields all around me. We got corn jokes like you wouldn't believe. So you talked to your plants and harvested 28 pounds. Was that potatoes? So I've seen actual videos and studies of people talking to their plants. How did we get on this subject? This is not about survival or prepping. But anyway, I've seen videos of people where they cussed out one plant, and they completely had them in separate rooms. They cussed out one plant every day, and they told the other plant how much they loved it every day. The plant they cussed at didn't survive very long. It didn't produce any fruit. The plant that they were talking nice to had the most beautiful fruit on it ever. So yeah. Exactly. If you're not growing food already, then you're behind times, because yeah, Yep, music, in my opinion, is all about prepping. You gotta have music. If you're on the if it's the end of the world, like my kids always say, you're preparing for the end of the world, and I go, it's the end of the world as we know, and they're like, huh? And they're like, really? I had my teenager say that. I sung that song, and she said, really? I'm like, no, it's not really the end of the world. I mean, we're not even close yet. And yeah, kids. So anyway, yeah. Music is a necessity for me. It is a necessity. That's what I told the dump truck company when they told me they were giving me the job. I said, as long as the heat and the radio worked, I'll drive anything. The radio has to work. It's a stipulation for me. I have a Bluetooth speaker sitting next to me. And I hook it to my phone. I hook it to my tablet. I can plug it into my computer. Highly recommend this brand is Creative Labs. Highly recommend it. It's only beat by Bose in sound quality. So yeah. Trying to read comments here. I keep sitting up and looking that way because the comments are over there. They pop up on the screen, but it's so much easier to read them on my computer. So, did I miss anything? Yeah, we're talking about plants and music, so yeah. Record players are good. I miss having a record player. I had one as a kid. It was like one of those kid ones that had the little tiny records, and I had, I don't know, 40, 50 records for it. I mean, there's been several vehicles that I had that still had cassette players in them, so I never had a vehicle with an 8-track though, so yeah, I'm not that old. But I used to have a lot of cassettes, and then when CDs came out, I could burn CDs, so I had a book this thick full of CDs. I probably had, I don't know, close to 100 CDs in there, and I left it sitting on top of my car one day when I was getting in my car and never seen it again. It was kind of a bad day for me. I lost all my music that day. I had to go re-record a whole lot of discs. That was fun. So yeah, then digital came out, and now you got SD cards and smartphones, and I can store like 1,000 phones or songs on my phone easily, probably closer to 10,000 at this point. That's a rather big hard drive in this phone, if I remember correctly. I have a Note 10, that's what I'm talking to you on right now, with an external microphone, so yeah. All right, we got 54 people in the chat, and I'm showing 56 likes. Something's working out here, so that's awesome. Yeah. Music, 8 tracks. Yeah, my parents had 8 tracks, and I have heard a couple of them. I mean, but yeah, they faded out. But you can still find them in thrift stores. It's just finding a player for them is almost impossible. My SHTF playlist is, a song called "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor." Yeah, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Yeah, I forget the name of that song. I really do. It was on the radio the other day. But my SHTF playlist is just the same as my playlist any other day. It's all going to depend on my mood. So yeah, I think the song is called Bodies. I really do, but I don't recommend this song. Thank you. Drowning Pool Bodies is the name of the song. So yeah. And then there's a one by Tupac I would probably play after that. It's called F the World. So I mean, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. My playlist probably isn't appropriate. Yeah, I'm not even, North Shore Preparedness, I'm not even going to say that. I'll probably get banned from YouTube if I say that word. I could say all kinds of things that are perverted, but I can't see that one. AC/DC, yeah, I still listen to AC/DC every now and then. The lead singer, I forget his name, but he had ear surgery not long ago, and he had the guy from Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose, was singing lead for AC/DC not too long ago, but the singer came back, not the original singer. The original singer passed away a long time ago. Brian Johnson, thank you, Brian Johnson. So he had ear surgery, some kind of a new ear surgery, and he went from being deaf and not able to sing anymore to being able to hear just fine. So I'm kind of curious of what it was. It was some kind of experimental surgery from what I was told. So yeah, Bon Scott was the original, and he was pretty good, but if you've ever watched his videos, the guy was a little fruity, if you know what I mean. He had that look about it. So I don't know much about Bon Scott, I really don't, but yeah, he was an interesting individual. I will give him that. Interesting for sure. So what do you guys think about this miracle shot that all the channels are talking about? The miracle shot. The miracle cure. The cure-all for whatever. Yeah, I think Bon Scott had a better voice too. I really do. But, yeah. But yeah, the miracle. Well, no, I didn't ask if you were going to take it. I know you're not taking it because I ain't taking it either. But I mean, do you think it's actually? I mean, I don't believe that. I think personally, from my personal beliefs, I would think that the corona is more of just a mutated version of the flu virus. So that's my personal opinions. Don't quote me on that if you can. If you want, I don't care. But yeah, I wouldn't take any vaccine. I don't care what you say it's for. I don't know. I won't take flu shots. I will not give my kids, my youngest children have no vaccines whatsoever. Never have had a shot in their life. Never. And will never have a shot in their life as long as I'm alive and able to defend my household. So no, it's not happening. And these are the most healthy people I've ever met. They don't get sick. They don't. See, I had shots when I was a kid, but I've had tests, and I can tell you all the immunities that I had from all the supposed vaccines that I have no immunities to any of that stuff. That includes the measles, mumps, and whatever else you want to, polio, I don't know. I can't remember all the names of all these weird things that people supposedly get. Alaska Preppers in the house. You know, we missed Victor in your live stream. We like seeing Victor, so I'm going to ask you why you're here. Is Victor going to be available Tuesday around 4 p.m. your time? Because that would make for an interesting co-live stream between us if Victor shows up. Now, Hoot Owl, I don't know what context that question was in, but I kind of got a question why you're asking. That's an odd question to ask there, Hoot. Oh, well, we won't have Victor on Tuesday. That's too bad. I was going to be working tomorrow, but I just got a text in the middle of my live here, and they told me we got rained out. So too much rain, and the trucks shut down. Well, dump trucks anyway. A lot of construction jobs is what we do with dump trucks, and yeah, they got rained out. So hopefully Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. It's supposed to be nice all week, but it's been raining it rained a lot over the last 2 days, so yeah. AP shows up and my chat just blows up. I could just sit back now and just chill, read the chat, let AP he can take it from here, right? He's got it. I like it when you show up to my chat. I get more people in here. Everybody just starts sharing. Alaska Preppers in the chat, and everybody just piles into my live stream then. I'm waiting for the numbers of viewers to go up. I really am. So yeah, thank you for showing up. I had to make Alaska Prepper a mod, but I really am still concerned that one day Victor's going to get a hold of his phone and then everybody's going to disappear out of my live stream. So that'll be fun. Thank you, North Shore Preparedness. I appreciate that. That actually makes me feel special. It really does. This light is bothering me. I need to yeah, there we go. Maybe I should just take a nap. Just take a nap. But yeah, Alaska Prepper, while you're here, we were talking about a great prep that I've never seen any other prepping channel really mention, not personally. And the prep is musical instruments. And if you have an interesting thing to contribute in the chat about musical instruments as preps, or do you have any musical instruments? I guess I should have saved the question for Tuesday. We'll talk about it again, though. But yeah, musical instruments for prep, something like guitars, ukulele, pianos, a kazoo. There's kazoos floating around apparently. Yeah, that was interesting. See, the numbers are going up. I see it. The numbers going up. Alaska Prepper showed up. JT, I was wondering why your post got deleted. I assume you deleted it yourself. I don't think another mod can delete a mod's post, can they? Can one mod delete the other mod's post? I'm curious about that. Can you guys do that? I mean, I've never been to a mod of anybody's channel ever, so I don't know how it works. I really don't. A comb and wax paper. I mean, in the event that all the power goes down, people used to invent music just by clapping their hands. And I mean, there's a thing that was recommended to me on YouTube. It was the Spoon Lady. The Spoon Lady, I believe. And this lady's sitting there just tapping spoons like you wouldn't believe. And it sounds good. I mean, it sounds good. So, yeah, interesting. Victor actually has a channel. I didn't know. So I was going to talk a little bit about lockdown. So I got a report that was posted on the 11th of November in my local state. Governor Eric Holcomb, I guess his name is the governor of Indiana, provided an update on the COVID response. He says we are They are retracting stage 5, which stage 5 was opening everything back up. So they are, what do they say? They are stepping Indiana back from stage 5 and signing pandemic requirements for all Hoosiers. Hoosiers are people from Indiana, in case you're unaware. And restrictions for counties. Those requirements will include social distancing, wearing a mask. Businesses will need to post signs saying masks are required and to encourage social distancing among customers. All the businesses do this anyway, but and this took effect today. Today, this went into effect. So I was in a Pilot truck stop on the south side of Indianapolis because, my equipment here was missing something. And there were about 30 truck drivers not wearing a mask. So, yeah. I just don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening, especially south of Indianapolis on the outlying counties and the more rural areas, farmers. These places are they're owned by the farmers, and they're just not going to comply. I'm not going to comply. I'm not. I'm fortunate enough to be able to get a job where I'm not required because I'm in a truck by myself, so I'm not required to have on that mask. So that's good for me, at least. Yeah. I mean, compliance kills. That's going to be my new slogan. Compliance kills. Because it really does. The more people who comply with things that are ridiculous, the more ridiculous things they will come up with. That's just, they'll just take away all your freedoms if you comply. Look at prohibition. Prohibition, back in the 1930s when they banned all sale and use of alcohol. The whole country refused to comply. And look what happened to that law. Now, the same thing can be said about the marijuana laws that are slowly being legalized state by state by state. People are refusing to comply, so they have no choice but to take away that law. Same thing goes with wearing a mask and everything else. If you refuse to comply, they will have no choice because there are more of us than there are of them. And yeah, that's the bottom line right there. There are more of us than there are of them. And when I say them, I mean, enforcement agencies and government officials. There are way more of us. Way more people who don't believe them anymore. If you look up the polls now, the real polls on if anybody actually believes mainstream media, the list has gone way down. So most people don't even believe mainstream media. Even the extreme left wing don't even believe their mainstream media anymore. So that's interesting news, I thought, because that's real news right there. Because you don't get any from mainstream media. Yeah. Wow, we're already at 46 minutes. Time flies when you're doing lives. It really does. So, Alaska Prepper, I'm at, what did I say? I was at 9,000 or 9,000. I was at 3,968 public watch hours. Yeah, 3,968. So, yeah, if I just run this for an hour, we've had about 50, 60 people in here the whole time. I should be good to go by tomorrow. So, why did Victor's channel get deleted? Now, that I got to know. That's some news right there. Yeah, I'll wait for that answer. Victor's channel got deleted, probably because of the Russian accent, right? They thought he was illegal. Did they think Victor was an illegal and deleted his channel? Yeah, he got nothing but thumbs down the whole time because he was asking for thumbs down. Don't give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. But yeah. Alaska Prepper doesn't watch his own son's YouTube channel. That's interesting information. You should tell Victor to make a TikTok. Victor needs to be on TikTok because that just seems like the platform for him. Okay, it's not deleted. That's good to know. I've never actually seen Victor's channel. What kind of content's over there? Anybody know? Because I don't. 41 minutes away from SpaceX blasting off. Good chance to see that. Yeah, I would love to see a spacecraft launch, a rocket launch something into space. I'd love to see that. That would be really interesting. So AP, you're going to try to get Victor on TikTok. I would actually watch that just once just to see it because I think it would be funny. Permission bracelets. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the bracelets that say that you have permission to buy things, sell things, to go into stores, to say that you got the miracle shot, that you're going to have some kind of mark of the beast bracelet on your arm that proves that you got the miracle shot, or they're not going to sell you anything. So yeah, I guess I won't be buying anything. I'll wait outside the store and pay a little extra for somebody who has the bracelet to buy me stuff, like we used to do when we were not 21, outside of the certain stores that sold certain beverages, if you know what I mean. No, I wouldn't contribute to that either. No, permission bracelets. They're required in certain places. Ugh, permission bracelets. I'm gonna print my own permission bracelet up. Permission not to comply. That's all it's gonna say. I have permission not to comply. I'm gonna print it up. I really am. I'm gonna make that. I wonder if I can make that on Teespring. I'm gonna start selling permission to not comply bracelets. Anybody think I should? I mean, I really probably could make that bracelet. I really could. I could put it on my store. My store is grimsurvival.store, by the way. I'm pretty sure I could make that bracelet. Yes, we are going back to grade school, Christina. We are. We're going to hang out outside the grocery stores and try to get people to go in and buy food for us. I mean, people are actually going to do it. People who need food that haven't been prepping, they're going to be waiting outside of the stores without their permission bracelet. Or a lot of people who have no choice are going to just take the shot. And that's the sad part and the scary part about it. There's a lot of people that are not prepared are going to take the shot. You know they will, because they don't have a choice. If you are told you either take this shot or you don't buy food, and you don't have food stored, then what else can they do? I mean, they're going to starve or take the shot. Yep, fake IDs will make a comeback. So let's talk a little bit about fake IDs right now. So my ID, because I have a Class A CDL, is a real ID, is what they call it, a real ID. I was required by federal law to have a real ID because I have a Class A CDL, and this thing has a microchip in it. It has RFID tracking and microchips in it, so it can be proven. So yeah, my job will never require it. The job I'm starting is a small company, and I'm in a truck. So even if my job tells me I have to wear a mask to drive the truck, I'm still not going to do it, because they can't prove that I wasn't wearing it anyway, so it's just not happening. I will not wear a mask. AP, now, I don't think in modern times, even if we had a civil, WA, you know what the other word is, even if we had one of those, I guess Civil War, can I say that? I don't know. I don't really care. Anyway, if we had one, it's not going to be like traditional war. There's so much technology now, that even technology that most people don't know about. Armed drones, and they have robots now that are carrying boomsticks, and yeah, there's robots that do this now. So even if we had something like that, the ability the government has to wipe out a massive amount of people in a very short amount of time is unbelievable, like quite literally unbelievable. So, if people are deciding they're going to battle each other, the only way it would actually happen is if there were enough people on opposite sides. And we see little mini skirmishes happen all the time when you get, people that support their individual parties come together in a certain area. There's violence. It happens all the time. And there have been people that have been, they've been, hurt by boomsticks. And as far as an all-out war goes, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. What are they going to fight over? They're going to fight over Chicago and New York, because they can have them both. You going to fight for California? We'll put a fence around it. We don't mind. If you're in California, I'm sorry. We're putting a fence around it. Build that wall, right? That's just, yep. That's the biggest thing right now is internet, because if they just shut down the internet, do you know how many people would just go completely insane if they could not access their social media? That's actually proven that people are addicted to this stuff. I heard a study the other day about social media. The more you scroll through it and, scrolling and scrolling, and the more you spend time on social media, it's proven to be causing anxiety and depression in people now. So, yeah, get rid of your social media. I really don't have any social media other than YouTube. YouTube is basically it. Although I did make a Rumble account today. Anybody might have noticed earlier today I had two of the exact same video online, because like it linked my Rumble account to my YouTube account. So anytime I post a video on Rumble, it'll automatically go to YouTube. So I'm going to start posting all my videos there. And let me see if I can get you the link for my Rumble account. I think it's still up here, maybe somewhere. Yeah, there it is. All right, I got this. I'm going to post a link here in the chat for Rumble. I was trying BitChute, and I got to say, because they're having a lot of issues with their platform, they're actually asking for support, monetization support, you know, money. And I really kind of was off-put by BitChute. I've been having a lot of issues uploading my videos there. I have a video that's been processing in BitChute for 2 days now, and I'm just, yeah, I'm done with that. So Rumble, I have gone over to Rumble now. I just posted the link. If you see the moderator named James, that's me. That's me on my other account, because I like to give myself a thumbs up. Yay. And yeah, that's my Rumble account. I'll start posting. I think the link is already in the description. Yeah, no, the BitChute link is still in the description, so I will change that after the video, and I'll start posting the Rumble link everywhere where I was posting BitChute. I do appreciate the 30 or 40 people who came and subscribed to me over on BitChute, but I really just don't like the platform, to be honest with you, so I'm going to probably shut it down. I do know Angry Prepper and Ice Age Farmer, they have over at BitChute. I've heard of a few other people also, but I haven't confirmed that. So yeah, I'm just going to go with Rumble now. I never heard of Rumble before today, actually. So I was watching, or maybe it was last night, I was watching Prepper Nation, John over at Prepper Nation, talk about Rumble, and that's when I went and checked it out, and yeah, I really like it, so yeah. Well, thank you. North Shore Preparedness welcomed me to the chat. So yeah, that is me, by the way, North Shore. That's me, James. That's my name, and that's my other account in the chat. I'm my own mod, so I guess I have been a mod somewhere, come to think about it. I still don't know what I can do as a mod. I've never tried. I can like right-click people's names. Joyce, you probably are, because I didn't have any subscribers before I posted the link. So yeah, I didn't tell anybody about it yet. I'm still kind of getting familiar with it and trying to figure out what it does. So it was really interesting. I had 2 of the same videos posted. I actually shut one of the videos down. I had 100 views on one and 67 views on the other of the exact same video. I'm like, why do I have 2 videos up? It was confusing me. I'm like, why did this happen? And then I looked, and it was actually the Rumble that had put it on my channel for me. So yeah. Virginia O'Neill, it's okay to be late. You can always rewatch later. So yeah, I have actually almost gotten to an hour here. I needed less than 50 hours, so with the average of about 50 people I've had in here, after we hit the hour mark, I should be at my 4,000 hours mark. I expect more hours to fall off periodically over the next few days, just because a lot of my higher watched videos, they were food shortage videos from last year showing crop failure as I was driving semi-trucks through the Midwest. A lot of those hours are falling off because the hours fall off after 12 months. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking that's why my hours went down today. So yeah, we'll just keep at it. We'll get there. What, Alaska Prepper, why is my face going to sell like hotcakes on a shirt? Why? Is it the hat? I mean, is it really the hat? Yeah, I mean, I got to have an explanation there, my friend. I really do. Yeah, I think it's the hat, too. My other hat I keep leaving in my vehicle, which, you know, it's kind of hard when I'm trying to do things really early in the morning before anyone's up and it's dark out and it's dark in here. I'm so used to clicking that button on my hat and turning on a light, and then I don't have the light, and I got to pull this out of my you know, I have a little brother face. Okay, you're going to have to go into more detail. What's a little brother face? I am a little brother. I'm the youngest of 3, by the way. I have 2 older brothers. I don't want a Volvo trucker hat. I really don't want a Volvo. I've driven Volvos. So I learned to drive a semi-truck in a Volvo, and I hated that truck more than any other truck I've ever driven in my life. Give me a good old Mack, which is owned by Volvo. Give me a Freightliner. Give me a Kenworth. But please don't give me a Volvo. Yeah, I wish I could have a dumb phone, but I can't. Vicky Savage says she has a dumb phone, and that's basically not a smartphone. But I can't. I have to have a smartphone for my job. I have to, because I use it for more than just... I use it for apps that I need. For trucking, I mean, it's, yeah. Good night, JT. Oh, hey, what's for dinner? Anybody know what's for dinner? Have a good one, JT. I wish I knew what was for dinner. So when me and Alaska Prepper was trying to do our live stream together, Colorado Prepper Pack Rat was, asking him to wear his cowboy hat. When we were trying to do our live stream together, he had his hat on. He did. I seen his hat. It was a nice hat, but he says he's not sure he's going to wear it in the live stream. So we're going to have to get a lot more thumbs up and a lot more convincing. Next time he has a couple of videos, make sure you remind him to wear his hat when he does the live stream with me, so we can match. Now, John over at Prepper Nation says he's going to do a live stream with me too, and he's talking about buying one of these hats, but he's like, oh, I'm not going to buy it just for one live stream. So we got to convince John to go get him a hat too. But yeah, this hat was a gift. I would have never have afforded to buy this hat by myself. This hat was a gift from the Homestead Oss channel. If you haven't checked out Homestead Oss, you definitely should. If anybody would post a link for that, I'd appreciate it so I don't have to go find it. But yeah, Homestead Oss, they bought me this hat. They bought it and sent it to me. It's an Australian-made hat. It's made with real fur felt. I believe it's made out of rabbit fur. So I'm wearing, yeah, and it really keeps my head warm. I was surprised at how warm my head stays. So yeah. See, yeah, AP has a really good hat. Now, Alaska Prepper, I got to mention, there's been a couple of jokes going around, and when we were trying to set up the live stream, I was in the chat a lot earlier, and we were making some jokes about you wearing the hat, and everybody kept saying that they wonder if you were going to wear a 10-gallon hat, and I kept saying, well, no, Alaska Prepper is going to show up in a 5-gallon hat, and it's going to be lined with Mylar. So yeah, that's the joke I started. So sorry. Yeah, I like to poke fun here and there. I don't mind if anybody does it to me too, because I can take it just as well as I can dish it. I really can. So yeah, I have a little brother face. I shouldn't have shaved. I trimmed this up really well. I shouldn't have done it. I used to have this thing so long. It was like literally down to about here, and it was braided. I kept it braided, and it started getting into my food when I was eating, and it started annoying me, so I went clip one day, and then that was the end of that. So I am not doing that again. That was a one-time thing just to see it. Took me about 6 months to get it down to there. It grows fast, so yeah. Really does. So yeah, I really wish we could get AP a 5-gallon hat and put some Mylar in it. I really think we should. You have an iPad, phone doesn't go online. Yeah, iPad doesn't call. That's a good thing. But it's still, technology is very dangerous. It really is. So I have a video about that called The Dangers of Technology. Go check out what I did on that particular video. I go into that about, yeah, a lot of detail into the dangers of technology. So yeah. Yeah, you guys can do what you want with that message. I'm not touching that one, but I read it, but no thank you. My most Christmassy hat. I don't have a Christmassy hat. I have a beanie that's black, and I have this one. Well, I guess you could say I got it. I think it's over there somewhere. I have a hat that has the lights on it that's all camouflage and has orange letters on the front. I guess that's my most Christmassy hat right there. So yeah, I guess I could wear that on that day. Because to me, that time of year, hunting is what we always did as a family. It was a traditional thing. Me and my dad did on Thanksgiving Day. Usually we would go rabbit hunting, and we only got a rabbit once. I mean, in the several years we did it. So we had a lot of rabbits on our property. I don't think we were actually trying that hard, to be honest with you. Good night, Sean. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're getting to that time, aren't we? We're over an hour, so I might have hit my hours finally. Maybe. We'll see. I know Prepper Nurse 1 does his live stream at 8 p.m., so I could go just a little bit longer. I don't want to try to cut into Prepper Nurse because he'll have 1,000 people in his chat, and then I'll have 0, so I don't want to do that. But yeah, Prepper Nurse 1's a good channel. He's got good content over there, a lot of good information. So yeah, so I got an email earlier about Washington State going on complete lockdown again. I've heard that Michigan's going on complete lockdown. Indiana's not threatening lockdown, but they are threatening fines. The state will make $20 million for local governments to use for compliance efforts, including planning, public awareness, and enforcement. And this is my local state here of Indiana. They're going to shell out $20 million of public tax money to enforce their ridiculous mask rules. That's awesome. That's awesome. Disabled and Prepping. Go check out that channel if you guys haven't already. She needs to get those hours up. She's got the subscribers she needs, but she needs to get those hours up to get the monetization going. A lot that helped me was making playlists, and I have quite a few videos where they're over an hour long where I'm just walking through the woods, because for some reason people like me walking through the woods. I like doing it because I find it relaxing, but a lot of people also find it relaxing, so that's what really helped boost my hours when I made that playlist. And I made it a little over a week ago now. It's called Adventure, I believe. And yeah, it's probably the playlist that has the longest amount of hours out of all of them. The second longest, I believe, is my food shortage playlist, but that one's a lot more grim. It really is. Yeah, Colorado Prepper Pack Rat says a 5-gallon hat with Mylar will keep the green men away. Yeah, it might. It might. I think you might want to line it with aluminum foil or tin foil. And they don't make tin foil anymore, but aluminum foil. I think that's the thing, the foil hats. Well, you have fun letting the dog out. Try not to lose the dog in the snow, AP, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm going to end this here in just a few more minutes. If anybody wants to ask me some questions, go for it. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat. But yeah, I do have to be up early. I still have to go into the job and do the road test and meet the guys and things like that. So yeah, but unfortunately I don't get to start tomorrow. Disappointing. Got rained out. Dump trucks always raining me out. Good night, AP. Yep, he's probably already gone though, right? You doctor the food to keep the green men away. That's funny. That's funny. I get it, though. I get what you mean. I really do. Yes, Truth Warrior, I got a job with a dump truck company. I was supposed to start tomorrow, but I got a text in the middle of this live stream saying that we got rained out, so I don't get to start tomorrow. I'll probably start Tuesday or Wednesday at this point, because we got a lot of rain over the last 2 days. So yeah, it was halfway expected, but yeah, I wish I would have been able to start tomorrow. But oh well. There ain't much I can do about it. One more day of unemployment, right? I'm really tired of unemployment. It's so difficult to collect unemployment in this state, and they tax it like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's barely worth even staying up till midnight to do it on my computer, which is what I have to do to get it. And yeah, it's just annoying. I greatly prefer to work than deal with unemployment and be reliant on government. Ugh. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's a dump truck company, so I was kind of expecting to be shut down due to weather. Happens all the time when you drive dump trucks. You get shut down from weather all the time. So, yeah, I'll probably start Tuesday or Wednesday. It's supposed to be really nice all week, and yeah, just hopefully we can keep me running for a couple of weeks and get the paychecks coming in, because I am definitely short on that. Definitely short. I got some bills that are late that, yeah, I'm really counting on this job for, so that's definitely going to be a good thing. Yeah, unemployment is bad. It is bad. I mean, my wife still works. So, yeah, that being said, we're not hurting that bad, but it's not quite enough to cover everything. So I either got to get rid of a few certain things, or like my internet service and my phone, or go, get this job. So. Patriot Nurse. Yes, I have watched Patriot Nurse before. I have. I'm actually subscribed on my main channel to a lot more prepping channels than I am on this particular account that, yeah, I post videos on. And yeah, I do. I have watched Patriot Nurse quite a bit, actually. What's another one? There's a couple of medical... The Skinny Medic. Yeah, that's what his name is. The Skinny Medic. Has anybody ever watched that? A lot of good information on the Skinny Medic over there. I think it's the Medic. Skinny Medic. Skinny something or another. Yeah. Both. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that comment, is both. So, yeah. Which one do you prefer? I prefer both. I mean, whichever one is readily available. Yeah, and I am going to keep working on the channel. I plan on making more videos. I used to do a thing every Tuesday called Trucker Tuesday, where I would go into trucks and the dangers of trucks and the operation of trucks and how to prep as a truck driver. I still have those videos up, but I will probably start doing my Trucker Tuesdays again. I might be doing them as live streams, just because it'd be easier. And I plan on either making videos while I'm in the truck during the day or recording the videos in the evening after I get out of the truck and then having them go online the next day. So it's probably how I'm going to have to do it from now on. Yeah, old school. I would like to have an old school one. So old, like pre-1980. That's what I would like to have. Oh yeah, I will definitely give a tour of my big old dump truck when I get it. Yeah, as soon as I can. There's times where I'll be able to do it, probably when I'm shutting down in the evening, but yeah. All right. Any more questions before I call it? I think I missed a couple. Truth Warrior not working until 21 or 22. Yeah, that's not good. That's definitely not good, because when you have to rely on the government, it's as a prepper, it's painful to have to rely on the government for anything. It's painful, like literally. Yeah, I'm concerned about the mandatory lockdowns. And no, I will not comply. I will not comply. Not even for a second will I comply. I will not get the vaccines. I will not get the whatever else, the miracle cure, the miracle shot, whatever they call the stupid thing. I will not do it. I will not do it. And I didn't comply with the last lockdown either. I still went everywhere I normally go when the last lockdown was in effect. I did not comply with that either. I will not comply with a mask. I'm a non-compliant kind of guy. I have issues with authority, in case I haven't said that before. I've said it before. But I have issues with authority, and I have issues with people telling me to do things that are not in my basic constitutional rights. If you try to outlaw something that's not in the Constitution, it's against the Constitution, in my personal opinions. So, yeah. Now, you can have to rely on them without trusting them. Yeah, those are, yeah. Yeah, Vicky, I don't like that at all. I won't be forced. They can't force me. They can't. What are they going to do? Say if I don't get the miracle shot that I can't go buy food? Okay, I'm prepared for that. If they start trying to make people get this miracle shot or not give them the basic needs, then you're going to see an armed response. But I will not comply. Compliance kills. Like I was talking about earlier, if you look at prohibition from the 1930s, nobody complied with that, and they were forced to remove that law. Forced to, because there are more of us than there are of them. Do not comply. Compliancy kills. And that is exactly why we have the Second Amendment, Vicky. That is exactly it. For tyrannical governments trying to force you to do stuff that is not, no, ain't happening. How are they going to force me? They're going to bad gram, you didn't get the shot, bad gram. Well, ooh. Yeah, well, I'd like to see them try to take me to jail for not getting a shot. I'd like to see them try, because that'll be a fight at my front door. I guarantee you, they come in and try to take me to jail for not having a shot, we're going to have some issues with that. Me and a lot of other people that are near me, as of, yeah, mostly my people that are also in the house. We are prepared for that. I'm prepared for anybody trying to show up and take me away for not complying. I'm prepared for that. It's one of the preps that you should definitely have. So you should put plans into effect for if you consider that to be a threat. I don't consider it to be a threat. I don't. Not currently. Yeah, if they shut down the investigations into the fraud of the government and the election that has been going on, then we've lost the current president. I don't think he's going to comply either. I really don't think he'll concede. But, you know, he might have no choice. Exactly, Vicky. See, the problems didn't start with abuse of certain substances and certain drinks until after they tried to outlaw them. That's when the actual problems started. And then you had the war on drugs, and then you had people getting locked up for 30 years for having some marijuana in their car. And in the same state and in the same, you know, county, you had somebody who got away with, you know, murder, and they were able to only get 7 years. So yeah, that's the war on drugs for you. And that's another thing, that song I recommended you say, if you really should read the lyrics of Tupac Changes. That's the name of the song, is Changes. The artist was Tupac. Read the lyrics. That's one of the things he talks about, is that particular war. Why is it they have a war on drugs instead of a war on poverty? Why is it there's a war on drugs instead of a war on homelessness and starvation? Why are they spending so much money for something that's not hurting but a few people instead of something that could drastically change our entire way of living in a good way? So yeah, it is a good song. So if you don't like rap music, I don't recommend you listen to the song, but I recommend you read the lyrics. Definitely. You can't fix stupid. Yeah, Ron White. Wasn't it Ron White? You can't fix stupid. There ain't no pill you can take. There ain't no surgery you can have. I don't remember it exactly, but that was funny. I missed the blue collar comedy. Those guys were awesome. I wasn't that big of a fan of what's the cable guy? Larry the Cable Guy. I wasn't that big of a fan of him. He was more like a big old kid to me. But but the rest of them, I miss those guys. If you know about Jeff Foxworthy, then you'll know about where I got my You Might Be a Prepper videos, obviously. And if you haven't checked out my You Might Be a Prepper videos, you should definitely do that. And yeah, here's your sign, Bill Engvall. Here's your sign. That's an awesome one. I miss Bill Engvall too. Yeah, I did that to my wife one day. She was saying something. I forget what it was she said. And I was like, well, here's your sign. She got the point, but that was funny. That was funny to me. Yeah, Mater from the Cars thing. My kids watched that. And he was the dump truck, or the tow truck. Yeah, the rusty old bucktooth tow truck. Mater was funny. And it was his best role. I got to agree with that, just because you couldn't, yeah. Anyway. But all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I'm a little over an hour, and I really do have to be up early, and I don't have to be gone as long as I thought, so I'll probably have a video after I go and do the drive test. Maybe I'll get a couple pictures of the dump trucks and let you see how big they are. I think they're tri-axles. I think they have a few quad axles also. I'm used to driving quad axle dump trucks, so I'll be driving a tri-axle probably. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I prefer the quads. They hold more weight. But yeah, I'm calling it a night. This is James, by the way, Grim Survival. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. I've held about 53 people for about 50 people on average over an hour. So my hours for monetization should be there by tomorrow, and I greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to check me out Tuesday. I'm going to be live right here on the channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Alaska Prepper is going to be on either that side or that side of the screen. He's going to be here. So, all right, have a good night, everyone, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Oh, I gotta hit that.